Did you know that the world's largest structure wasn't built by humans, but by tiny, squishy little monsters who actually hunt at night? Welcome to my lab. I'm Professor Zapnik, and today I'm taking you to an invisible empire that is simultaneously a hardcore engineering feat, a lazy sublet, and one of the planet's most vital life insurance policies. Many people think corals are plants because they're colorful and stay in one place, while others mistake them for rocks due to their hardness. But the truth is, a coral is an animal. More specifically, it's a tiny creature called a coral polyp, which belongs to the phylum Cnidaria. Although the name sounds similar, don't picture an 8-armed giant octopus. These creatures are minuscule and are more closely related to jellyfish. However, this soft, cylindrical creature doesn't leave things to chance. To protect itself from predators, it builds a solid limestone skeleton around itself, using calcium carbonate extracted from seawater. This process is one of nature's most mind-blowing tricks. Imagine if you could turn your own sweat into an impregnable fortress. When an individual dies, its limestone skeleton remains for posterity, and new generations simply settle on top of their ancestors' remains. Over thousands of years, they build monumental reefs, the largest of which, like the Great Barrier Reef, can be seen even from outer space. Behind the magical colors of corals, however, lies a tough business deal called symbiosis. Inside the tissues of these tiny architects live microscopic, single-celled algae called Zooxanthellae, which have signed nature's most brilliant rental agreement. The coral provides a safe home and carbon dioxide for the algae, while the algae photosynthesize using sunlight and hand over the resulting sugar, pure energy, almost entirely to the host. This partnership covers nearly 90% of the coral's energy needs, which is why they require shallow, crystal-clear waters, where sunlight can still reach these solar-powered residents. Although corals hunt tiny plankton with their tentacles at night, that's actually just a little midnight snack compared to the sunlight-based main course. This idyllic state, however, is extremely fragile, and here we arrive at the tragedy of corals: bleaching. When ocean temperatures rise by even just 1–2 degrees Celsius for a prolonged period, the corals get stressed and, in a sort of biological panic, evict the algae. Since the algae provided the colors, the coral becomes nearly transparent, revealing its white limestone skeleton, hence the name. Without the algae, there is no energy supply. The coral begins to starve, and if the water doesn't cool down in time, the reef simply dies of hunger. This process is compounded by ocean acidification caused by the absorption of atmospheric carbon dioxide. In more acidic water, these tiny master builders are physically unable to construct their skeletons because the acid simply dissolves the building material before it can solidify. But why should we here on land worry about a few distant dying limestone metropolises? Because coral reefs are the rainforests of the ocean. Although they cover barely 0.1% of the seafloor, they provide a home for 25% of all marine species. If corals were to disappear, the marine food chain would collapse, threatening the food security of 1 billion people worldwide. Furthermore, reefs act as living breakwaters. Without them, tropical storms and tsunamis would sweep through coastal cities unopposed, causing staggering destruction. Coral reefs are also one of modern medicine's most important treasure troves. We developed the anti-leukemia drug Ara-C from sponges living on reefs, and a painkiller more effective than morphine from the venom of cone snails, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Deep in the sea, countless undiscovered compounds may await us that we might never discover if the reefs vanish. The good news is that the process is not yet irreversible. Researchers are already working on breeding supercorals that can better withstand the heat. We can help too. By reducing our carbon footprint, we can slow down global warming, and by using reef-safe sunscreens, we can avoid poisoning the water with harmful chemicals. Remember, in nature, everything is interconnected. A creature the size of a pinhead can hold back the might of the ocean, but only if we take care of it. If you enjoyed this deep-sea adventure here at Zapnik's lab, don't forget to subscribe and check out our other videos. Science is for everyone, from age 4 to forever. Have a wonderful day and stay curious. Bye, everyone.